you can argue either direction on that, but when people have advantages in their cars, that creates people coming and people going. Granted, it might mean somebody dominates for a period of time or whatever it is, but that creates
but I would also think that
difference in pace. And as time goes on, the more that the OEMs and everybody pushes these things, the people who have an advantage on paper right now, that advantage is going to get smaller next year, and it's going to get smaller the year after that, and the year after that. And then as team members from each of these different teams leave one and go to the other, eventually everybody's going to have the same thing. And as that happens, it's going to be harder and harder and harder and harder to be different. And the harder it is to be different, the harder it's going to be to pass.
And you've been saying that since the spring.
What's that?
You've been saying that since the spring. It's coming to true.
Yeah. Well, I'm not very smart, but I think we got that one right.
It was actually really calm for us. Our Wets racing one car, uneventful, and we kept air in the tires, and we stayed on the lead lap, which wasn't looking good with 60 to go, but it feels new. I've never been here before.
So how do you think you're going to handle the round of 12?
I got focus on Homestead test this week is priority number 1, and really haven't even started on Texas yet. Homestead feels like its own race, so fully focused on that, and we'll slowly this week progress to Texas.
The racing, it looked like it was hard to pass out there. Is that accurate from your point of view?
Yeah, just so like we are going so fast, they just get tight on each other.
So at this point, is that just how it's going to be? Like that's just what it is, right? I mean, you can't change it at this point, I assume.
I do not know the future.
I mean, is there something like with the underbody or tire compound, or are the loads too much to where you can't even change the tires too much?
I'll just drive the car. I really don't know what I would change. I don't know enough about the car to even know.
In February, would you believe that both Trackhouse cars would make it on the 12?
In January, after some of the off-season testing, yes. After we missed the Clash, finished last in the 500, and spun out and had a really big wreck at Auto Club, I have my doubts. We got back on track at Vegas.
Ross, is having 2 Trackhouse cars in the round of 12, is that a statement for this race team, or is that standard because you guys have set for yourself?
It's a big deal. I mean, let's not overlook that. We've never been here. None of us in our roles, crew chiefs, spotters, drivers, upper management, and a lot of people throughout the shop in their current roles have never been in this position in the playoffs, alone transferring through to the next round. So it's not lost on me how big this is. This is what we want to do, right? We expected to do it tonight, but when you go out and do it at this level, that's big. It feels good.
Had to race our race and kind of, stay in the race, really. It just, it's kind of nerve-wracking, honestly. I don't love that feeling, but we just got a couple stage points, and then you heard back from the guys that we're locked in, and I felt like we could just race a little bit freer. I don't know if that really changed our race per se. We just really worked on the car from that point on and got ourselves in a good spot balance-wise, and finally got some track position, and just had a good race. So really proud of our team this round. Just really to start the playoffs like this and get better each race, and all top 10 finishes. And it's just really good. So proud of that for sure.
How'd this race feel compared to Martinsville?
I mean, the fall off is definitely still not there. I feel like I'm white knuckling it. It just feels like the pace just is so fast. The tires don't really wear, and the car doesn't slow down. So like as a driver, it's really like just trying not to make mistakes, and it's like 500 qualifying laps. So it's hard in that sense. You still could pass. I thought the better cars still passed us, and we could hold off some of the cars worse than us and pass some. So I don't know, just really fast pace, and had to kind of recalibrate for that. Kind of used to running 1650s around here and running 1570s most every lap.
With the load on these tires, can you even build a tire that has more fall off without it being compromised, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely build your balance the way you want to, but there's still an art to that. It's just you don't have any tire fall off to kind of, I guess, relax and kind of honestly just do some different things. Like you really just have to be perfect with your line, you change your line, I would say, in 20 lap increments, and then, you know, for 20 laps you find something that works, and the tire goes through another kind of heat cycle and you find something else. So it's just different. It's just it's still hard, sometimes harder, but yeah, just no fall off.
It's what we got. You know, we just can't get a tire that falls off for some reason.
On a night like this, where it's just chaos everywhere, you know, reliability issue, is it just a relief just to get out of here in advance?
Not really. We came here to try to win. We didn't care where we finished. We knew we were going to move on, so I just wanted to execute a mistake-free race, and you know, we're still trying to work on that.
What are you thinking as you see so many playoff contenders falling out?
I mean, part of those mechanical issues are actually pushing, you know, when it comes to the tires, we know that there is a speed by doing that, but we know there is a risk. So it's playing with fire. We have done it in the past as well. We paid the price in Kansas number one, and we got a flat left here. So, you know, it happens. I feel like it's also a race of survival, and we have done a good job with that. We have a few things to clean up, but I feel confident the next run is going to be much better than the first one.
In February, would you have believed that both Trackhouse cars would be serious contenders in the round of 12?
Probably not in February, but for sure a few months after that, a couple months into the season, I would say, you know what, yes, because we have a speed and we keep getting better and better. So we just have to continue to work, and I honestly feel that the next run is going to be pretty good for us, having a road course in there.
The difficulty passing, it seemed like the whole field, it was very hard to pass the lead, it was hard to pass the route. Did you sense that yourself?
It was definitely hard to pass, but man, my car was so difficult to drive that my body is sore from all the bouncing in my car. Like it was crazy, but yeah, I mean, it's been difficult to pass here forever, you know. Once we got into the top, it's tough to pass because the top is so dominant, but you know, that's part of the fun. Everyone loves this place. I do as well.
How's the difficulty to pass here compared to Martinsville in April?
That's a good point. I felt that probably was more difficult in Martinsville. I think here at least you have an option. In Martinsville you didn't.
I jumped in late. What happened there when you spun in front of some guys?
Just pushing the car too hard. I mean, the car was very bad. Probably one of the worst cars I have had this year, and just trying to get more than what the car can take, and that's what happened.
So is that were you basically like porpoising essentially?
What's that?
Were you like porpoising like the F1 cars? You said you were bouncing?
Exactly right. Entry and exit of the corner, and I was bouncing. And I was bouncing yesterday as well. We changed everything on the race car yesterday that it was possible, and we changed everything but the bouncing. And today, lap one, I told the guys, hey, this thing is exactly the same. So, and the problem is that if you're bouncing on enter the corner, you know, the rest of the corner, you know, it's kind of like a waste because, you know, the entry of the corner is dictating the rest of the corner. So it was tough. It was very, very tough, especially running very close to the wall. When I was running the wall, bouncing close to the wall, it's not fun. I just can't wait to go home for now.
Not until there was a chance. I would say I got told beginning of stage 3 how close it was, or how close it wasn't. It was probably about 16 out beginning of stage 3. And then we were 5 out, 4 out, tied with the 18, and that wave around really helped me be able to conserve my car, get a lap ahead of the 77 and the 43. So just a perfect storm in some ways, but yeah, Bristol showed us a little mercy tonight.
Helping your teammate went out behind the wall too, unfortunately, and mechanical failure, but that worked to your advantage too a little bit.
Not a very impressive night for Team Penske, so I'm just glad all 3 of us made it through the next round. Certainly a tense evening.
You ready for a reset? Make the next round ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Like, I'm good. I'm over it. This round was, I don't know, I feel like we lacked performance in the first race, had good performance and not great execution in the second, and there are points in the night that I thought I was about as good as anybody, and then I kept going right fronts, and I wasn't so good. So just how it goes.
You're welcome.
Take us through what happened after you devastated.
Absolutely devastated. Just unfortunate circumstances, obviously. Another
another engine failure this week. So, obviously we're already in a hole that puts us in a deeper one, but just I can't stress it enough just how much I feel for my guys and the ones that are out there pouring their souls into this effort and this opportunity for us to go race for championships. It's not fair to them, so I just hate it for those guys and Rowdy Nation and M&Ms and Interstate Batteries. I mean, we all want better. We all should have better, and it's just not coming to us right now.
Just feel like that kind of year for you?
I would say, yeah, that's a pretty safe statement.
Was there any warning and other Toyotas were having some issues as well?
Yeah, there was no warning, and I think some of the other issues are power steering related. Mine was catastrophic.
Martin Truex Jr. said, well, what did Kevin Harvick say? Crappy parts. Talk about that. I mean, is that any idea like why it seems to have this?
No, that's completely different than our situation. They're talking about the steering rack and steering parts and pieces that you're mandated by NASCAR to run. Our issue's a Toyota issue.
Are you going to watch the rest of this race and just kind of hope that it looks like some others are having trouble?
If I'm allowed to go home, I'm going home.
All right, guys. Thank you.
How just disappointing is it right now in this moment? Yeah, I'm sure you can imagine. It's Sorry, I got this mouthpiece from this, but I don't know where they're at. But yeah, extremely. We knew we needed to just have 2 decent races, and we were set up to do that. We had 2 weekends where we had cars that were going to run inside the top 3, no problem, and Kansas we didn't capitalize on it. We had the failure and finished second to last. We come in here and put in a tough spot, and we had a Bristol moment and just got ran over. And a lot of adversity happened to the field. It almost still worked out, but yeah, you can't have 2 awful races in any of these rounds, especially even in the first one. A lot of cars, a lot of teams with opportunity to take advantage.
What can you make of all the issues tonight? A lot of cars having trouble.
What can I make of it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just focused on my car, to be honest with you. And we were just tight, and we tried to adjust on it, couldn't really make it better. And I saw the 99 get all crossed up, and tried to avoid it. Got on the brakes, got ran over, and same as last week, just got heavy contact with the right front, broke the upper control arm. I'm glad we were able to fix it within the DVP policy, but yeah, put us behind, and we needed more crazy stuff to happen. It just didn't quite hold that way.
It just kind of does it the whole year. Nothing's gone right, really. The wheels literally fell off tonight.
What about your pit stop? You've had a good pit for all year long.
Yeah, they've done a good job, just bad timing.